Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you one of the best weekend getaways from Hyderabad. So this is a place called Srisailam. It's basically a temple town, but it's not just that. It has much more to offer to youngsters like us. So basically, as you can see, the roads are just amazing. So this place is around 200 kilometers from Hyderabad, and you'll reach in around 3.5 or 4 hours. So it's a place you can go in the morning and come back by night, but it would be better if you give it like a proper 2 days, like a full weekend. And it was my first time driving on the Ghat road, so I was like really scared, but it all went fine. So Srisailam is basically a temple town on the top peak of the Srisailam hills. So it's also like a mini hill station. The Srisailam hills are basically in the eastern Ghats, and the Krishna river flows through these hills, so making it a really beautiful scenic beauty. And as we'll see, there are many interesting activities to do there. There is boating, there are small round boats in which you can sit and go to the middle of the river. There's this amazing Srisailam Dam, which is basically the second largest hydroelectric power plant in India. There is a small waterfall called the Paladhara Panchadhara, and this also has a tiger reserve. So all the entire mountain range is a reserved forest. You can go for a safari in this forest, and there's a beautiful ropeway through the hills and through the forest. That is also really beautiful. And there is also something called the Patala Ganga, which again is like you walk down a few steps and you find the Krishna river flowing. You can take a dip or whatever. Another really interesting thing that is there is called the Akka Mahadevi caves. So there are beautiful caves which you can go to by taking a small ferry ride from the Patala Ganga area. So that's about it, and we'll go to all these places one by one. But before that, on the way, we came across this beautiful waterfall. It is a waterfall on the Dindi River. So we were like amazed by this. We didn't expect this, but it is just after the monsoon. So probably we got to see this amazing waterfall on the way. So as we saw this, there were some stairs and we saw a few people going up. So we thought probably there's something on the other side of the waterfall, and we also decided to climb up. And then we saw this beautiful lake here. It is a reservoir, and whenever the lake gets filled, this waterfalls happen. So the water falls from the lake as to the other side of the bund, and this was also really beautiful. We enjoyed a lot, and then we started going towards Srisailam. And this arch that you can see is basically the forest reserve that is starting. It's called the Amrabat Tiger Reserve. So this is the reserve forest that is starting, and as you can see, there's signs of tigers and everything. So this journey was also really beautiful. It was a very beautiful road, and because it was through the forests, right? It's literally a reserve forest, and as you can see, there is a monkey running across the road, and it was really beautiful. So it's called the Amrabat Tiger Reserve, and there are around 100 tigers in this forest. And this is also called the Nallamala Forest. So the forest region is called the Nallamala Forest. And yeah, so we were going. It was a little bit sunny, but then it was manageable because we were going in car. But had it been a cool and cloudy day, nothing could beat it. It is one of the best road trips you can take when you're in Hyderabad. So it was really beautiful, but then as I said, it was a little bit hot. If you choose a cloudy day where it feels like it's about to rain or something, or when the weather is just cool, you can take it during the winters or just as the monsoons are getting over, right? Just as the monsoons are over, that would be the best time to visit this, I would say, because it is like it would be really beautiful at that time, the weather and all the trees and everything. Even now it was good, but had it been a cool day, like for example, while coming back the next day, it was really cloudy and it even drizzled for a bit. It actually rained a bit, and it was really beautiful while coming back. So had it been like that. When we were going, we would have enjoyed it even more, but then it was all good. It was a smooth ride. We had a lot of fun. We actually found a few deers also on our way, so I'll show them to you. I don't know if it's clearly visible in the camera, but to the naked eye it was like we could see them very clearly. And monkeys, so they were all around. We were seeing so many monkeys around, and we saw around, I think we saw two deers. They were like really, we were really happy about that. And yeah, so you can see our journey. So there they are. I think you can see something moving, right? Far, far away. So that is actually the deers that we saw. I don't think you can even see them, but you need to look very seriously to like actually spot them. But yeah, this is again the entrance of another entrance which is marked. I think there was a toll gate here. So yeah, we there was some verification here and that was it. So as you can see, just look at the hills. Such beautiful hills. It was a really good drive. I think we on the right there was the river. So I think if I'm able to show you, yeah, I think you can see the river, right? So that is the Krishna River. It is going through the Srisailam hills. So on the left and right are the Srisailam hills, and when you're going from Hyderabad, you get into one side of the hill or mountain ranges, and there's a bridge across the Krishna River, on which if you go, you'll reach the other side of the hills. I think I'll show that to you. So as you can see, the river is really beautiful coming like from between the hills, and it's like really a serene picture. In a while, we get to the dam, which when we went, yeah, that's the dam. You can see like the how majestic it is. Like I think two gates were open when we went, so it was like really, really beautiful. I'm going actually towards the dam. So yes, that's the dam. Just look at it. Just two gates were open, and it is like so majestic. And the entire area there was filled with the mist. My whole phone and my face and everything got wet. I was completely wet actually because of the mist. There was so much mist, and just look at the how huge it is. All the mist was like just coming onto us. Just two gates were open. That itself looked so beautiful, and you can just imagine how it would be when all the gates are open. So if you come just after the monsoons, or like just in the last period of monsoons, like end of July or beginning of August, then I'm pretty sure that all the gates would be open, and it would be an amazing scene to look at. And as I said, this is the second largest hydel project in India. So obviously the size would be huge. And so yeah, that's the dam. And the mist was so much that, and I said it was sunny, right? So there was a small rainbow that you could see. I'll just show you that, and just look at the mist here. I just came to this side to show the mist, and the clouds were also really looking good, and the hills and everything, and the river was flowing with so much speed. Like actually I came a couple of times before, but it was like in the summer, and there was no there's no water in the river, and the dam gates were also closed, so there was no flow. But this time the water was flowing so much, and I think you could see the rainbow, right? I'll show it to you again. So that's the rainbow which came because of the mist, the light dispersion in the mist, and the rainbow was formed. It was like really. It was probably the first time I saw a rainbow, and yeah, it was a great experience. And once we got down, took some pictures, and I took the video, we started going towards Srisailam. And another important thing I forgot to tell you is Srisailam is important for its temples. It has two main temples. One is the Mallikarjuna temple, which is basically a Shiva temple. It is one of the Jyotirlingas that are there. And here I think you can see the other side of the reservoir also, like it's so full and beautiful. So yeah, so and the other temple is the Brahmaramba temple, which is a temple of goddess Parvati, which is a Shakti Peeth, one of the 18 Shakti Peeths that are there. And it is really powerful and is what people say. So there are many things to do, and we thought that we'll go and visit the temple first, both the temples first, because we thought we'll finish that and we can go forward for the other activities. So that's what we thought. And this is the point where we enter Andhra Pradesh. So basically the dam and everything is on the side of Telangana. So from Hyderabad, which is in Telangana, we go towards Srisailam, and Srisailam, the main temple and the main hill, is in Andhra Pradesh. So this was the border that we just crossed. We just came into Andhra Pradesh now. So that RTA gates were the gates of Andhra Pradesh, and it means that we just entered Andhra Pradesh. So we are now in Andhra Pradesh, and I think we are on the main hill, and we are going towards the temple, towards the basic temple town. And yeah, this is the main arch of Srisailam. That means if we enter this, we are entering Srisailam. So it's like a welcome to Srisailam arch that was there. And look at the clouds, and it was like really beautiful. Then after that, at the entrance of Srisailam, before actually entering to the place where all the temples and everything are, there's a temple called the Sakshi Ganapati temple, which is a Ganesha temple. And as you know, Sakshi means witness, right? So this is basically like he is the witness that we've visited this divine place of Srisailam. So as it was the time I visited in the time of Ganesh Chaturthi, so it was fully there were many people there, and there was a separate Ganesha idol which would be Visarjan later. So this is the Sakshi Ganapati temple. That's what's written above. It's called Sakshi Ganapati Devalayam, which is basically Sakshi Ganapati temple. And we went inside. We just got the darshan, and we went, and there were many people because it was the time of Ganesh Chaturthi. So I'll show you their separate Ganesha idol also, which they have put for Ganesh Chaturthi. So this is their decoration of the separate idol. It was a clay idol, which was good. It was not a plaster of Paris idol. I was happy about it. And so this is the main temple. That which we saw before was the Ganesh Chaturthi ka separate idol. And as you can see, this is the main temple. I've just zoomed in. I didn't take my phone into the main Ganesha idol and stuff, but this is the main temple area. So after the darshan, we then came out, and we started going towards the main temples in Srisailam. So this temple is basically like the entrance to the actual Srisailam, and we'll now be going to the main part. So now we've reached to the top of the hill, and this is the main Srisailam. As you can see, the Shivling and the idols that are there. We were confused about the route here, so we were just looking for directions. Then there was this restaurant called the Nandini restaurant, where we had some parathas with it's called Kerala paratha with some aloo ka curry. Then this is the main temple region where we were going in, and they're all shops on the left, so you can do your divine shopping. And we were going towards the ticket counters. We had taken there are three types of darshan. One is the free darshan, one is the shigra darshan, and one is the ati shigra darshan. So free darshan is obviously free. The shigra darshan is like 150 rupees, and the ati shigra darshan is 300 rupees per person. So we had taken the shigra darshan, and that's more than enough because that's pretty fast on most days. And we then went into the temple. You'll have to deposit your phone and any bag or any other item that you have. You can actually leave it in your car, but yeah, so we had to leave our phones in that place. You can also get your bag and leave it in the cloakroom if you want. So we had finished the darshan of both the temples, the Mallikarjuna, that is Shiva, and the Brahmaramba Devi, that is Parvati. And we had come out, and there were many shops for just looking and walking around. And there's a gaushala inside the temple, which is like really pretty amazing. You can buy the food and feed it to the cows, and that part was real fun for me at least. And yeah, we were just going back to our hotel room. There was an AP Tourism ka hotel which was pretty good. You can choose that if you like. Next, we were going to the Patala Ganga, the place where the Patala Ganga is. It's basically like just the river flowing. Before we get in, I'll just show you how beautiful it was looking from the top. So this is how it was looking from between the hills. And there was too much queue at the ropeway. As I said, na ki it was the Ganesh Chaturthi time, and there were many holidays, and people were like there were too many people there, so it was like too crowded. And the guy in the ticket counter said that it would take 45 minutes to 1 hour one way in the rope, like just to stand in line. And then after that we get into the ropeway, we go to the other side, and he said that there would be another 45 to minutes to 1 hour waiting on the other side as well. So that's when we decided that okay, next time we'll go. But I'll just show you how the ropeway is looking from the top. There's a shivaling here also. I'll show you the ropeway. So this is the rope, and though that's the ropeway. So it's really beautiful to go from between the hills to the water and everything. So it was like really beautiful. I missed it, and I felt bad because there was too much queue. I felt like we came on the wrong time, but yeah. So I thought, okay, we'll do it next time. So then we went to the Patala Ganga on foot. It was like so far away. There were so many steps, and I was like tired. Not even half, like one fourth. By the time I went one fourth, I was really tired. There were so many steps. There was, I think, a count there. I think there were around 1,000 steps. So you get down 1,000 steps, and you get to see the river. And yeah, I'll just show it to you. So that's the boat that takes you to the Akka Mahadevi caves that I've told you about before. And those caves are also really beautiful. Coming back to my tiring steps journey, I was just getting down the steps. After walking a lot came this temple kind of thing. We thought this was the end, but then we there was still a long way after this. After a lot of walking, one Mazda and two lemon sodas, we reached the river area, and I'll show you the river here. As I said, there were too many people. There were some people taking bath and everything, but this part was really beautiful. There were some. I told you about the round boats, right? So these are the round boats, and the place was very nice and serene. But I'll show you the place where people were taking bath, and they were bathing with soaps. They were washing clothes and everything. I'll show you that. That part was a little bad, but because there were too many people there that day. So that's me. I even touched the water where everybody was doing it. I just went and just touched the water. So I just quickly walked down, and as you can see, there were so many people taking bath and washing clothes and doing all sorts of stuff. I just put my feet in a little. I was really hesitant, but I thought it's okay. I just put my feet in the water and just like touched the water quickly, and I then came out. So yes, I just came out, and yeah, that was it. This was the Patala Ganga, and I just realized that I had to climb back all these steps that I got down. So I took another fruity and I started climbing. So this took a really lot of time. I almost took half an hour just to climb the 1,000 steps. And like the steps were not like normal steps. They were really steep, and the height of each step was really high. So that was the issue. And finally somehow I reached the top, and then I went and collapsed on my bed. After this, we just took rest. My parents went for something called the Sparsha Darshanam, which where basically they let you touch the shivling and pray. So my parents went for that, but I had no energy left. I just slept, and I woke up the next day. Then we went to the boating area. I said, right, there are round boats in which you can sit, and like they'll take you to a little forward in the river, and you'll come back. So it's not upstream or downstream, but you go horizontally across the river. They take you to the middle point and they bring you back. So as it was Ganesh Visarjan day, there were many people who had gotten their idols from home. They had gotten their Ganesh idols from home to do the Visarjan in the river. So many people of that category were also there, and we were just going for the boating. So it was really fun because the boat is really small. It's a small round boat, and it was a little scary obviously because there were no safety jackets, there was nothing. We were just sitting in the boat like that and looking at the river, but it was really beautiful, of course. But I was really scared, but then yeah, we did it. So that's the river. Look at the speed with which it's flowing. So we just got down and went into one of those round boats, and yeah. We got into the boat and look how serene it is looking. The water falling from between the hills and uh, the hills it themselves, the river. The guy was rowing us to the middle of the river, and it was really calm, beautiful, and serene. So I'll just show you around like how beautiful it was. That's the bridge on which the two hill ranges are connected, and one side is a side from where the water is coming, and the opposite side is basically the bridge. So the water is coming out of the dam, out of the dam gates, and it is flowing towards the bridge. So that's how it was, and it was like really, it was a really great ride. It was so beautiful. Once that was done, we were going to this place called the Octopus Viewpoint. The Octopus Viewpoint is basically a place where the river has 8 branches. So it looks like the octopus. Octopus has 8 legs, right? So it looks like the octopus's 8 legs. So that's why it's called the Octopus Viewpoint. And the route towards the Octopus Viewpoint was also really good. It was through the forest and there was no proper road. So it was really nice. After a short walk, we reached the viewpoint, and you can see the hills and the river. I don't know if the 8 branches are clear, but but there are 8 branches, one in between each of those hills. So it was looking like in the shape of an octopus, and I felt like this view was much better than the views I've seen in Lonavala. I've been to Lonavala recently, so that's my last. That's the last thing I could compare this with. So the viewpoints from the Lonavala hill station, these views were much better, is what I felt. So I don't know, people from Pune and who've been to Lonavala might or might not agree, but that's what I felt like. And so that's the hill, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 viewpoints were there, and this was our road backwards. As I said, it was raining and it was like really like beautiful. It was a great weather, it was cool and everything. It was really nice. So yeah, and the road back was like amazing because it was raining, it was drizzling for a while, and through the forests it was like just amazing. So basically I had like real fun here, and the way back was amazing. It was raining and everything, and also while coming there were only 2 gates open, right? While going back the next day, we could see there were 3 gates, 3 of the dam gates open. So it became even more misty and foggy and even more beautiful, and there was no sun at all. So that was another thing. And I'll show you a few monkeys. I am really sorry I couldn't show you the Akka Mahadevi caves and the ropeway. That's because I was like, there was no, I didn't have much time. Otherwise, that would also have been like real fun. So there were so many monkeys all over the road throughout. And before going, I'll just show you a glimpse of me enjoying out of my sunroof. And that's it for the day. Thank you for watching, and I had a great experience. So if you are living in Hyderabad and you have a weekend where you don't have anything to do, you can definitely explore this place. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.